Hello YouTube, my name is Michael Gray. It's my first tutorial with Adobe Photoshop CS5. Today we're going to be creating an open book effect. I'm going to start by pressing Ctrl N to open the new dialog box. We're going to go with a width of 800 pixels with a height of 800 pixels. The background's white, and click the OK button. We've got the background selected here in the layers panel. And we're going to go over to the foreground colour and pick a colour, and as you can see I've just attempted this tutorial, so we've got roughly the right colour that I was looking for selected there. It can be any colour, it's not too much of a big deal, and select OK. Then we're going to press, with making sure the background layer is selected, we're going to press Alt backspace to fill the background with colour. Then we're going to go over to the toolbar and select the rectangle tool. If you can't see the rectangle tool, just hold and click and you'll get your options box appear, and you just select the rectangle tool from there. We're going to change the foreground colour again. I'm going to type it directly into the colour code there, which is, I just want a plain white, so I've gone with 6Fs. Hex code was the word I was looking for. We're going to draw out like one side of a page of a book, so just like that. We need to bear in mind we need to save room to duplicate this to create the other side, so we're just going to, you can change the size when we're completed to suit your needs. And with that I'm going to select my move tool again and going to double click on the layer there to open the layer style with the blending options. Going to add a drop shadow and gradient overlay. I'm going to select the gradient overlay text there to allow me to edit the options, and in the angle I'm going to set that to 0, which makes it run left to right. We're going to change the gradient colours. I'll click on the stop here and select darkish grey, and then I'm going to drag the stop here because it's already pre-populated with the white I want. I'm going to click on this one and click over here and just drag that to the end, which you can see by what I've done there is that the last stop that you click on, when you click a new stop, it gives you the pre-populates the colour. And we're going to double click in there, and we're just going to make that a few shades lighter, and OK. And you can see by looking to the rectangle we've got on our layer that's given us kind of darker border down the left hand side. I'm just going to drag that out a little bit, I think, to give it a little bit more sort of width, and OK. And I've just realised doing that I've really sort of missed the first step, but not to worry. What we're going to do is on the layer panel here, we're going to press Ctrl, and on the little icon of the rectangle we're going to left click, which selects the rectangle, and we're going to select our pen tool and then hold Ctrl on the rectangle and just click it again so we get the anchor points appear, and release Control, and you can see we've got the pen tool there with a little icon to say that we're going to be adding anchor points. We want to just come in sort of near the just past the gradient a little bit and add one anchor point there, and again at the top of the rectangle and another rectangle there. And we're going to press Control and select the anchor point that we added in, and we're going to add about 5 or 6 pixels in height, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm doing that by pressing the up arrow key and Control click the bottom anchor point that we put in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 using the down arrow key. And I'm going to press Control D for deselecting and Control H to hide the path that we just created. And you can see that's given us kind of a scroll effect. In actual fact, it wasn't a bad idea sort of putting the gradient in first, because it gave us the width and sort of where to put the points. It's not the way I normally do it, but it seems to have worked out quite well. Anyway, we're going to go back over to the layers panel here and just close up the effects there that we've got on for just keep things nice and tidy. I'm going to go to the bottom here and create a new group. Click on that folder. I'm going to call this group left page. I'm a one finger typer, so I do apologise if anybody picks that up. And we're going to drag our shape layer into our new group, and then we're going to select the shape layer again, drag it down here onto the new layer icon, which creates a new layer with the shape replicated on there. And we're going to click on the new shape layer, drag down below the original one. Then we're going to, you can either go to the toolbar here and select the move tool, or V as a shortcut key on the keyboard, and we're going to go using the cursor keys again. We're going to go down 1 pixel and across 2 pixels, and you can see that just sort of brought it down below the other document, or the other layer, sorry, and we've moved it out a little bit again. And we're going to repeat these steps 7 or 8 times. So we click the shape layer over the new layer icon, click the new layer, drag it down below, and then this time we're going to go down 2 pixels just for a little bit of random effect, and across 2 pixels. We're going to do that again, drag down below and down 1, across 2. Again, select the shape layer over the new layer icon, down 2, across 1. There's no order to the down, it just gives it like a little bit more of a rough sort of, you know, rather than being completely ordered. And then drag the shape layer again over the new layer icon. I'm going to go down 1, across 2, and did I drag that down below then? I'm not too sure, I don't think I did. So I'm going to Control Alt and Z to go back, and then I'm going to drag this layer down, and using the cursor keys again, down 1, across 2. I'm going to duplicate that again, making sure I drag it down below the layer there, and 2, 1, across 2, and lost count of how many we've done there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I'll do one more just for good measure. Drag it down below and then down 2 pixels, across 2 pixels. Something doesn't look quite right there. I'll Control Alt Z again. Drag that down. Control Alt Z a couple of times, I do apologise. Drag that down 1 pixel, across 2 pixels. Duplicate the layer again, drag it down, and 2 pixels, across 2 pixels. Okay, and then we are going to close up our page folder and make sure it's selected, and move it, clicking the left mouse button, drag it over to the right, and then we're going to go to the layers panel, duplicate group, and we're going to call it right page. Then I'm not user friendly with the Mac, so I do apologise anybody following the tutorial using the Mac computer. Make sure we've got the right group selected, then we're going to press Shift and left, drag it over to the